You are now about to witness the strength of street knowledge.
What's going on, people? It's your boy Charlie in the box, the patriotic miscreant. But I'm gonna have my box today is gonna be. It looks just like the song said. You're about to witness the strength of street knowledge. Let's get this video started. I'm gonna start off with early American history. When this country was first founded, you guys all remember the stories of the Pilgrims, but do you happen to know why they left England? It was because at the time the average person couldn't possess a Bible, and they were being punished, imprisoned, and even put to death, made examples of, if you even possessed it. Well, since they wanted to follow the teachings of Christ and they didn't want to give it up, they seek asylum in new lands. But the only way they couldn't be chased down if they found a new world that Europe, the king, didn't have influence over. So they jumped on this Mayflower and two other ships. And when they were coming across, seeking a new land, they decided to write this thing called the Mayflower Compact. A set of rules and laws how they're going to govern themselves in this new land, even before they even got here. Well, these first colonies, gaining population, and then eventually, over 100 years later, they wanted their independence. So, America's founding fathers came up with a document that stated that man was created, man was endowed by the Creator with certain inalienable rights, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And that was Thomas Jefferson with proof writers. I think Benjamin Franklin was one of the ones that proof wrote it and had him change some stuff. And when they sent that letter over to the king, they stated that they wanted their independence. They didn't want a revolution, so it wasn't a revolutionary war, it was an independence war, because we didn't want to overthrow the government and the monarchy over there in Europe. We just wanted our independence here in the new land. So in doing that, they wrote the Articles of Confederation under the Continental Congress. And when they did that, it just wasn't enough government that would hold these young states together, because if any foreign country would have came at that point in time, they would have overthrew this young nation. So they came back together and had the Constitutional Convention and hammered out the Bill of Rights and the United States Constitution. And in having this constitutional republic with sets and balances, it had to be governed by a good moral people. So people like Thomas Jefferson and John Adams wrote letters to their children and their nephews stating in order for this republic to endure, the people, the children in the educational system, they had to be indoctrinated with true world history and understanding the essence of government, and no monarchy and oligarchy would ever rule this land. And we were not a democracy. We were a constitutional republic that had checks and balances. But in having that, they had to have God in their lives. So the second thing, besides true history, they were to have God in their educational system, because man need to be governed by a set of rules. Not by government, but by God. Because if man had God in their hearts, the sense of morality wouldn't stray too far away, because they knew they were going to be accountable for their actions when they left this life. So the people that they've elected to get to be representatives of this new republic had good moral values that understood that these said liberties that were granted to man by the Creator could never be taken away, because the Constitution would be an instrument of the people to restrain its government. It would never be an instrument of the government to restrain its people. But since America's educational system at the time was still pledging allegiance to King Charles, well, people like Noah Webster came into the picture. This guy came out with a little blue book, and what he said was that we need to have our own educational system here in this country with our own true history books. And they would pledge allegiance to this young new republic. So if you're not going to do everything in power, story, life, liberty, and this country, you're going to do everything in power to destroy all three. Charlie Box, patriotic, miscreant, in a mouth.